Good morning and welcome to Soul Food. Actually, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. For anybody who's watching this video on replay, then it is currently 11:11 at UK time. So I'm hoping that I'm coming through loud and clear. I'm always mindful that the microphone might not work. So I'm posting this video today, and I'm hoping to post this video today after I've recorded it, to different empath groups and all soul wisdom groups. And the reason being is that the intention is to really speak to the hearts of highly sensitive, empathic people. So the last week has been a bit of a challenging week. I don't know how people are feeling out there energetically, but by all means, send lots of hearts if you resonate. And also, good morning, Law. Happy birthday to you, my soul sister. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. So just talking, Law, about empaths and highly sensitive people and leading by example, leading by examples of love. But also as well, the energies this week have been so off the scale in terms of experiencing so many different emotions all at the same time. Good morning. And also as well, just revisiting old places. So my intention really is to try and I'm tapping into the collective consciousness really. I'm realizing, and again, I'm having conversation that is conversation that is maybe conversations that many people don't either ever experience or they're just not in those kinds of communities. So this is a very different kind of conversation that I'm having today, and I'm hoping that it resonates with many hearts. So the leading by example is leading by love. It's about daring to be courageous and bold. And I say courageous and bold, not necessarily in an aggressive way, but in a way of getting out of our comfort zone, getting out of a space that we're so familiar with. And as empaths, highly sensitive people, we are all empaths, we are all highly sensitive. I do believe that. I just think that we're all here to give each other a different kind of learning experience in order to bring out the best of us, not because somebody gives us permission, but because we choose to be courageous and bold in doing that. So let me just think about the examples of that. So instead of it being this role that we're playing as empathic people in this life, is that our world has been run by narcissists and by narcissist behaviors. And what that means is that narcissism helps us to then, as sensitive people, helps us to stand up in courage and be bold. So we have to be thankful to narcissism, to narcissistic behaviors, because without those behaviors, we would stay within our comfort zone. And again, if you agree with that, then just either leave a comment or press a heart. Just let me know, because this is only my feeling from tapping into, like I said, the collective, but also my own experience. And so it's very difficult to put into words, which is why I'm constantly trying to battle as a Libran, kind of like trying to balance out this conversation and balance out the meaning of these experiences in the hope that it just might make one person think of a light bulb moment. But not only that, actually, it's really for me to try and understand and to try and put it out there, because the reason being, the role and the purpose of these experiences is for us to raise our voices. Yesterday I was doing a filming, and it dawned on me that my passion is communication. My passion is to be able to communicate much more effectively, to share our feelings, to share our emotional intelligence, our spirituality, our core essence of who we are. That's what my goal and my passion is to enable that level of communication. And it dawned on me yesterday that our voices are one of the only ways to express to the outside world our truth. And it really blew me away. Because if you think about it, we can, and this isn't belittling anybody, but this is just really putting the voices up there on a platform. We need to raise our voices. Every single one of us needs to raise our voices. And the importance of it is because it doesn't matter if nobody hears our words, or we think that nobody hears our words, because now it's really common that people are aware that we are energy. So what that means is our energy in our voice carries so much resonance to not just the people that it's maybe that you're surrounded by or not, but it goes, it's an energetic invisibility, and the impact that it has from this moment right through to infinity is remarkable. So it's to not undermine that actually the ability to use our voices in this existence is key to the survival of humanity. It really is, and it feels like this is a broadcast that I'm doing, but it's because I'm feeling the energies, and the essence of what we have to do is to speak our truth. So that being said, it's like a warning. It isn't a warning, it's just kind of, I wanted to come on and to share my truth as always, and that's all you'll ever get from me is my truth, my authenticity. And I really, yesterday I was in a space, and a little bit today I was in a really irritated space, and again you might resonate with that as well, because there's a lot of irritation around at the moment. There's also a high amount of frustration. There is and I think that frustration is about, come on people, wake up to who you are, wake up to your truth, wake up to all those experiences of dense that you might be experiencing and wondering what the heck's going on. It's because you're waking up to your true selves. And I realized this week that we are upgrading. Okay, so what we're upgrading means that, so the more irritation that I feel, the more frustration that I feel, the more that I know that I'm getting closer to whatever it is that I'm getting closer to, if that makes sense. And it might not make sense, but just feel what the words that I'm saying. So it's sometimes that when we can feel, sometimes our feelings are our navigation. So when something's happening, if you're just feeling kind of like just neutral, I often call it neutral. Our aim is to be at neutral, I think. And it's in the neutral that we can have peaks and troughs. And that's that's our guidance. So our aim is to live in a space of bliss. And even as I say that word, I'm just reminded of just the whole thing around spirituality and our striving to reach this place of bliss. Many people, if you're somebody who says, actually, yeah, I live in a place of bliss all the time, actually, then I challenge you to come and speak with me, because I question, how can we live in bliss when there are many of us that aren't living in that blissful space? I know it's not our responsibility to save people. And I also think that we, as more aware people or more awakened people, have a responsibility to humanity, to our other fractions of ourselves. So if we are many fractions, so we're a soul, we're whole, but in order to become whole, we are on this earth to experience different aspects of ourselves through different people, through different experiences. And it's when we can make peace with those different aspects that we then start developing this space of blissfulness. And that is just what's coming out. So we experience this place of blissfulness because we have made peace with all these different aspects of ourselves. And those aspects of ourselves come in the form of people. So we're on this earth to experience ourselves through other people. And if we're experiencing ourselves through other people, and there is people that are not feeling blissful, then we have to come to peace within ourselves at that situation. Is that true? I believe that is true. I believe that that's what we are here, to experience ourselves through others. So we experience ourselves through others, through communicating. We are now at a stage where we are a little bit more evolved, where we've got technology and we can make use of technology. So what we are doing in the process that I work with, the process that I use, is that we share our stories of our lives, not necessarily just negative experiences. We have a very structured way of doing it, and we start from our experiences and we share our experiences in our external world messages. So our external world has taught us how to do things. As we sit and share our story, we share those aspects of ourselves where we've been put into a box. And what we're doing is we're breaking free out of the box. So we're then in this space where we can truly say, actually, this is who I am. And that's all part of remembering who you are. So we lift off that veil of forgetfulness. That forgetfulness is the training, the training, the boxes that we've been put into. We lift off that veil and then we reveal the true who you are. And many of us haven't experienced the fullness of who we are because we've had this veil that's been stunting us. That veil's been removed. And by 2020, I actually feel it. It's not that I know this from a feeling, that by 2020, our world is going to be majorly different from when we first entered into our world. And the reason that it is going to be different is because many of us have been shining our lights to no longer put up with the bull, no longer put up with the hidden voices, the hidden aspects of ourselves, the hidden conversations, the secrets, the unrevealed essence of who we truly are. In this world, there is dark and light, and both of them need a platform to express themselves. And what we're doing is we're bringing the platform to neutralize. That's how we neutralize. We bring the two together to neutralize. So we accept both of them, or we recognize both of them, and we bring them together. And by doing that, and the amount of times we do that through just sharing our truth, means that we're freeing ourselves. So our voice helps us to free ourselves from the enslavement, from the chains that has had us locked in for centuries. So either we can do that individually, or as we do it individually, we need somebody else to mirror an aspect of ourselves. So each interaction that we have with another person is a mirror of ourselves. And as we mirror ourselves, we can then heal. Because some people will say, that person did that to me. That's not quite true. Nobody has permission to do anything to you unless it's a physical assault. That anybody who shares any words, it's not about you. When people used to say this to me all the time, it's not about you, it's not about you, it's not about you. Then I'd say, no, it is about me. And it is about me that somebody said that and they've reacted that way. But in a way, what I was saying in saying that it is about me is that I can trigger people, because that's what my purpose is to do, is to trigger, to poke those different spots that maybe have been hidden, not in a negative way, but actually in a loving way, to free ourselves from those memories, maybe those dense memories that have been holding us back. So if you're having open, honest, genuine, authentic conversations with people, do you know, that's the best that you could possibly wish for in this life, because each person that brings their authenticity, they're just providing a trigger for you to be able to release. So they are important, and it is about them, but it's about the effects that they have, the effects that they have when they say certain words, the buttons that they press. So if you have somebody in your life who pushes buttons, then that's fantastic, because what they're doing is pushing an aspect of you that has to recognize eventually, that will recognize eventually, my gosh, actually, thank you for that gift of provoking me to take action to do something. And that's why, for me, the narcissist behavior and relationships that I've had have really pushed me into stepping up into my courage, into stepping up into being me and sharing story and sharing voice. So I hope that this video really inspires you to realize, there's so many different layers to it, the importance of sharing your voice. Speaking your truth, sharing your truth, sharing your voice is the reason why we're here. And the intention for me is to send out an energy, a resonance that resonates with people from the heart. That's what it's about. It's about leading with love from the heart in order to be able to inspire another person. So if you're somebody who is highly sensitive, has never really spoken out, has really kind of like been quite shy, I say this because of my own experience. I was extremely painfully shy, never spoke hardly to anybody, would just observe. Now it's the complete opposite. And it's not that this feels uncomfortable. Sometimes it does. However, it's just an important thing to do. Thank you so much for the love. It's so important to speak out, to allow those energies to resonate in the earth. And as they resonate in the earth, then what that means is that we're clearing our pathways, our DNA pathways, our ancestral pathways, all those energies that are stagnant, that are sat in the ground, waiting to be heard and resonate and to be lifted. That's what this process is about. So if you're somebody who is highly sensitive, challenge yourself, become courageous, become bold in a real gentle and loving way. The work that we're doing here is for the collective consciousness. It's a challenge because it's about really digging deep within self. It's about releasing. It's about doing the inner work. Many of us do the personal development. We're not fully doing the inner work. We're just touching the surface. You know, one of the things that's dawning on me right now is that, you know, this work is a lifetime commitment. Many people think that they do spirituality, they do a course and then that's it, it's done. That's not spirituality. That is just another part of the system to make you believe in some kind of an illusion. This work is continuous, it's daily, it's every moment. Every moment is spirituality, if that's what it is. Every moment that we breathe is spirituality. So if you're somebody who is authentic, somebody who wants to stand out from the crowd, somebody who wants to stand in the crowd as a leader. So we're not standing out. Many people think, oh, I've got to do this on my own. No, my passion, my mission is to do this together, is for each of us to come together, to be able to stand together as leaders, stand together when you think that all our lives we've been separated from each other. This is about standing together and standing in your true authentic self and leadership. This is a different kind of leadership, it really is. And as I'm saying it, I'm really beginning to feel it. It's a different kind of leadership. It's a leadership that is leading from the front, but you're also leading from behind. And what you're doing is you're really helping to elevate somebody else's leadership. We are evolving spiritual beings. We're here to remember who we fully are. And our families that we've been born into have just been a template for us to be able to really create this platform to be true to ourselves and to be true to humanity through authenticity. If my words are resonating, then do be in touch, because we do have a very special process that we do that's been channeled. It's been gifted to me to be able to bring it to the world. It has been a challenge to bring it to the world, and at the same time it will be something that I do until my last breath, because I do believe that the only way that we're going to get through what's coming over the next few years is together. And that's bringing that divine feminine, that nurturing, that loving, that authentic and truthful part of our being, that sensitive part of our being. It's bringing it out so that people can see it in the world. And the way that we do that is through our voice. Thank you so much for listening. Please share the video. This is for everybody and anybody who resonates. You know, this is about all of us taking responsibility in sharing these messages of truth and finding people who are speaking truthfully. If that's you, then join me. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Please do share and like and comment and engage and challenge me in what I'm saying, because I'm literally just intuitively guided by the words that I use. I'm back tomorrow with quantum healing at 8 o'clock UK time. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for joining me live this morning. And I'll be back next Saturday, 11:11. Bless you all and see you soon. Bye-bye.